Hi Denise, thanks so much for coming in today. So tell me about your hair. You've got a beautiful natural wave in your hair.
Yes, I am growing out a pixie. I've actually had short hair for about 10 years and I really love it because it suits my lifestyle. Like I exercise a lot, so I need a nice short, easy to do in the morning hairstyle. But it actually does have quite a bit of curl in it, and I have this goofy fringe.
Okay.
That's really thin and fine and curly, and I usually do get it straightened because then it actually is more manageable. But if I let this dry on its own, it's like pubic hair.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's terrible. So what I really need is a nice short haircut, because I thought I was going to grow out this pixie, but it's not looking very good. It doesn't really suit my fine hair, and it doesn't suit my life. And it looks like, when I look in the mirror now, growing out my pixie, it doesn't look nice. I need a nice, stylish, not matronly, short hairstyle, but not a really short pixie, like a long pixie.
Sure. And you're lucky because you've got the curl in there.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be able to probably put some product in it and wash and wear.
Yeah.
So looking at the current shape of your hair,
Yeah.
can you see it's quite rounded
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
So looking at your hairline, you've got quite a low hairline. So I think we should keep the length on the hairline because we want to keep the softness.
Okay. Yeah. The reason why it's got that heaviness at the back is because I was trying to grow out the pixie.
Right.
And
okay.
we thought we were growing it down.
Sure.
When in fact, the shortish pixie style I had was, what do you call it? It was quite short in the back and long in the front.
Sure.
But you're right, it is good. Even at the sides here, keeping some of this sort of
Definitely. I think
with
a short haircut, the secret is always keeping the softness on the
Yes,
woman.
yes.
I don't like harsh lines.
Yeah.
And sometimes having them like a little bit of funkiness, like you say, having a
Exactly.
little bit of length. That's what makes a short haircut really stand out.
Yeah, and we're going with the idiosyncrasies of my hair.
Yes.
Yeah, we're keeping like a little bit of length. But I think you're right too, because I'm a little bit older. I have had a really short pixie, and it was too harsh on my face.
Yeah.
You know, young girls can do that.
Yeah.
But
I think, you know, Denise, like obviously it's your first visit with me and you want to build trust with me as well. I think that I'll cut it and then we'll have a look, as we're going through the haircut, you can let me know how you feel. We can always go a bit shorter.
Yeah.
Now, do you want the hair, do you want it to sit on top of your ears? You know, like here, obviously we're going to go a lot shorter here. Do you like to see your ear? Or do you like, I think it would be nice if it's just on top of your ear.
I sort of like to see my ears, because I think it actually adds a little bit of framing.
Yeah.
You know, that actually sort of like just does something to my face, getting it away, doesn't it? Yeah.
So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be taking a good few inches off the length.
Yeah, because as I said, I thought I was going to grow it, but yeah.
Yeah.
But as I said, like, I really did like this hairstyle when I had it, because it was sort of funky.
Yeah.
And I could actually sort of like, what do you call it? Style it up if I was going out.
Sure.
Or on any given day during the week, I was going off to the gym. Quick 5-minute thing, off I go.
Nice and easy.
And see how that, you know, talking about the ears?
Yeah, it's just sitting just kind of on the ear, isn't it?
It is, and then there's a little bit of a tuck there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. And you know what would be nice? I know that you were saying that you colour your own hair, but what you could think about doing in the future is maybe put a few different tones for it, just through the top. Just where you've got this bit of length here. I mean, obviously if you straighten it, then we wouldn't want to really lighten that bit because, you know, bleach and straightening don't always go well together. But maybe through the rest of it, you could add a few lighter tones.
Yeah.
Just so it's not so harsh.
Yeah, right.
Just to soften it all and give a little bit more interest.
Yeah, right, okay. Yeah.
So it's just something to think about. Beautiful texture to work with. Although it's, you know, it's fine, we've got a lot of it. Which is
yes, there is a lot of it. And it is very thick at the back. And here at the nape of the neck, it grows really well and faster than the rest of my hair.
Yeah.
I wish this part of my hair was in the front, but we have,
you know,
we have what we
it
got.
seems to be a thing with women, myself included, that the back of my hair goes a lot thicker than the front. I think as we get older, you know, through menopause and all those kind of things, Are you on any medication? No, good. So, but normally I've noticed with a few ladies that their hair does seem to thin more at the front.
Right.
And also the hair is always finer at the front anyway.
Right.
So I always recommend if you're ever styling your hair and blow drying it, it's always good to blow dry the front first.
Right.
Because it dries quicker.
It does.
So, and hair is more stretchable when it's wet. So if you're wanting to smooth it out, then you're wanting to do the front bit first and then move around. That way you can get it nice and straight. Because when the hair starts to dry, it's hard to get it as smooth, if that makes sense.
Yes. The other thing that's quite, I'm quite self-conscious of, you know how we all have a self-consciousness? Sure. I actually have a very high forehead.
Yeah. And
it is very thin, almost balding on one side, but it's very, and so I try to do this forwardness to try and do that as a disguise. Sure. But I don't know if it actually works. But I don't think it does.
To be honest, like you're aware of it, Denise, but you're never going to really be walking around with your hair right back anyway. So I wouldn't worry.
No.
We've all got something about ourselves that we would like to change. I hate my hair because it's so thin, right?
You're right.
We pick ourselves apart. Instead, we need to focus on what we do have, and what you do have is beautiful texture. Yeah. You've got this gorgeous curl in your hair, and you're very lucky because, like I say, when it's shorter, if you just want to put like a bit of beach spray in it and scrunch it and leave it and go to the gym. And also you could wear really funky little headbands. Like with it, weather obviously getting warmer, if you want to keep your hair back off your face while you're in the gym, like you could always get these really nice kind of funky bands just to wear and bring your hair, like the old Madonna days.
But don't you feel a little bit like, if I did that, I'd feel like I was doing like a little bit of a, trying to be young? What do you call that?
Just try and be young, there's no harm in that.
Oh yeah, what do you call it? Sometimes you just have to own it.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So I'm looking forward to this. It'll be nice.
But you know what? I think you're right. I often see people with groovy little, funky little hairstyles, and you can just tell that the hairstylist has gone, let's work with what you've got. Yeah. Let's not try and make it straight when it's curly. Yeah. Let's not try and make it do this when your hair really wants to do that. Because working with what you have.
You want it to be easy for the client. And sometimes clients will come in and they'll bring images to me. Right. And the problem is they've got completely different hair texture.
That lady has totally different hair texture than me.
That's smoothed out.
It is.
But it's a really good guide, so we do appreciate as hairdressers you bringing them in. And also, to be honest, when most ladies look at pictures, they're looking at the whole image. If you took the face away from the client, often the hair's just a boring haircut, but it's because the girls are so gorgeous, they're looking at the whole look.
Yeah, I'm not a supermodel.
So, you look great.
Yeah, alright.
I mean,
you're right.
But I think that's great. I think it will be really nice for you.
Yeah.
Exciting. Let's
get started. And see how this has fallen here with this. That's fallen nicely. I wish it would go like that. It's a little bit long on one side, and I've covered up my forehead.
Ugh. It's gone like that, so I'm not going to take anything off this front. We want to keep this length here.
Yeah.
Mainly the bulk's going to come out of this back section.
Do you do much straightening?
Yeah, I do a lot of straightening actually.
Wouldn't you, with the humidity?
Yeah, no, I do a lot of chemical straightening.
Yeah.
I do an anti-frizz treatment and a straightening treatment.
Oh.
Anti-frizz is for somebody who doesn't want permanently straight hair, but they just want to soften out their curl. A bit like a keratin treatment.
Do you think that would suit my front?
If you want it really straight, then I would go for the permanent straight.
Yeah, I don't want it really straight. Because as I said, when it's really, really straight, it's flat. Because my hair's so fine. Yes. Do you know what I mean?
So maybe I would say try that. I often have the back of mine done, the anti-frizz, just so that I can blow dry my hair a bit easier.
Wow.
Because my hair's actually really curly.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a...
Yeah, and it's really good. I actually prefer it over keratin, because keratin I don't think is very good for the hair because you don't wash it out, it stays in the hair.
Yes.
And it kind of eats away at the hair. Whereas the Yuko anti-frizz, it's brilliant. It's from Japan. And I actually can honestly say that the hair's in better condition afterwards than before. So you could always start with that and then go on to
I'll
the
have to
other
come
one.
back and get that. I don't
Yeah,
really have time
definitely.
today, do I?
No, I've got no time.
Yeah,
I'm too
you don't have
busy.
time.
I need a couple of hours at least for that.
Just a little bit in the front.
Yeah, because you have to put it on, then afterwards you've got to rinse it, then you've got to iron it all, then you've got to neutralise it. It's quite a performance.
Oh.
So I need to book out, even for the fringe back, 2 hours.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vanity takes time.
Oh. Because when I used to get it straight, it used to be like
Some hair extension course soon, and you could always maybe have a few at the front. You know, if you're really worried about that front bit. You look great. Just trying. I'm not a very good videographer.